Welcome. You're in my kitchen today with Cooking with Magali. I am so happy to have you back. And guess what? We're not using the pilon today, which is what we use to make our own Haitian spices, to marinate meat and cook rice and everything. But we're not doing that today. That'll be another video. But until then, I am here to tease your taste bud today with this dish that I'm making, which is, are you ready? I'm actually ready to drill. Oxtails, but jerk oxtails with butter beans, coconut jasmine rice, and sweet plantains. So, if you're ready to make this dish, I am. I have my apron on, and we're about to make this happen. So, let's do this. Allons-y. So far, I had already cleansed the oxtails with some lemon juice, and I poured this jerk marinade, which is delicious. It's a 1/4 teaspoon of Lakshmi ginger, any canned type butter beans you want. Adding some tomatoes, petite diced tomatoes from can, browning sauce, onions, and some chopped parsley. So far, I just went ahead and added the ginger in the mix right now. But we're going to focus next on the cooking aspect of the oxtails because it's going to take a few hours to get this tender and ready. So this is it. All right, so I've added a little olive oil. I would say about a tablespoon because the oxtails has plenty fat. So we don't want to add too much oil. So I've added a tablespoon. I'm adding sofrito paste, which is my favorite. I am adding about 2 tablespoons. You can add more or less. I'm adding, I think I'll go ahead and add 3 tablespoons because I like to make sure that I have plenty in there. And now I am adding to the oxtails about a tablespoon of the browning sauce because we're about getting ready to brown the oxtail, so and mix that all in there. We're going to add about 2 cups of water because the whole idea is to boil it so we can work on getting it nice and tender. Now, make sure it's all mixed in nicely. And then we're going to cover this and let it cook for about an hour. And then we'll get back and we'll check on it. Well, as you can see, water has absorbed all the way pretty much. So what I'm going to do now, it's not quite tender, so what we want is to add another 2 cups of water. Taste it to make sure it's fine. It tastes great. And then, so I'm going to add 2 more cups of water. And I'm going to let it cook again now for another half an hour to an hour because I'm focusing on it getting tender. So now let's just go ahead and cover this up and let it cook for another hour. I'll give it half an hour, check on it and make sure it's tender enough, and then allow it to continue if it's not quite. All right? Can you see how awesome that looks? That looks really good. Really, really, really good. And it's quite tender. So now I will proceed with tomatoes, parsley, I love adding cinnamon to my food, so I'm going to add just a few sprinkles of it, onions, The cinnamon is something I've decided to add, but I almost forget to do so sometimes, but not always, just today. But I'm glad I remember. And then we're going to add a can of lima beans. Not lima beans, let me correct that. It could be lima beans too if you want, but it's butter beans. And then we're going to stir that, mix it all well. Make sure you scrape the bottoms. The bottom always have all the best flavor. Okay. Nicely mixed. That looks awesome. That looks really good. Okay, so we're going to add a little more water because now I'm going to let it cook for about let's say about half an hour, just to thicken the sauce and also to allow all the flavors to blend in really well with the oxtails and the butter beans. See, now the sauce is pretty thick already, so I like that. You can add a little more water because just to help it with the flavoring and everything so they can infuse really well together. So, okay, put that on like medium-low just to simmer for a little bit. And go ahead and add half a teaspoon of sofrito paste if you want. But you don't have to because by the time you scrape the bottom and mix everything, pretty much the sauce is slightly thick. But also by allowing it to simmer, it will thicken up a little bit on its own. But it's up to you if you want to add some more sofrito paste. Okay. And then it should be ready within half an hour. Covered, low temp, medium low or low. I'd say medium low. And then we'll check back again. Okay. Yep, on time. All right, we put in extra 30 minutes and the sauce is thick. I had this on low. Within 15 minutes of that 30 minutes, I lowered it and just allowed it to simmer, and the sauce is thick, the oxtail's tender, and it's nice and ready. And I will shoot you a quick video on my coconut rice that I will serve with this. And we're going to turn this off, and it's all set and ready for coconut. Right now, I am getting ready to make coconut rice. I use this Parachute, I don't know if you can see it, Parachute coconut oil. 100% pure coconut oil. I got it on Amazon. So, or you can find it in international supermarkets. That's where you'll probably most likely find them. But otherwise, Amazon carries it. So I'm adding a nice tablespoon. It's very strong. I love the flavor it has. And then I have some sliced onions that I'm going to add. You know, coconut oil gets heated up really quick, so just pretty much just want to saute the onions in there. So I lifted because I didn't want it to start burning, even though it's on low. And then quickly I will add a cup of water. I'm making rice just enough for myself. And so I added 1 cup of water, and then I am adding this little can of Thai coconut milk. It can be Thai or whatever coconut milk you want to use. And that's it. Pretty much, you know the drill from then on for those who know how to make rice. You make it according to the amount that you need. So you just let this boil and then add your rice, and then you have your coconut rice. It's simple. So it's just the coconut milk, water, some sugar, a little coconut oil, and some onions.